Hi, my name is Cindy and the name of my shop is Molasses Creek Woodcraft. After my last video about the vampire killing kit, I had some questions about flocking, so today we're going to talk a little bit about flocking. So what is flocking? Flocking, the material, is just essentially this ground up fabric. It's in a powder form. It comes in either rayon or nylon. The rayon is used for indoor use, the nylon is used for outdoor use. You've probably seen flocking on jewelry boxes or car dashboards or duck or goose decoys, carousel horses, doll houses. It has many, many uses. So what you need for flocking is you need the flocking material. You can get this mini flocker from the Flock It company. This works great on small boxes. And you get the flocking adhesive that comes in the same color as your flocking material. What I do differently is I created this flocking can. It's just a can that I got at the big box store and some air compressor parts that I had laying around. This air compressor trigger blows the air into the can. It's flocking material inside the can, and the air and the flocking material comes out this port here, which is a quick disconnect. I got this idea from my central machinery sandblaster. I actually tried to use the sandblaster, but the outlet port was a little too small and the flocking material didn't come out very well. The Flock It company also has something similar on their website that you can buy for $90, or you can make this can for about $5. So let's get set up and try some flocking. Okay, I'm set up now. This is what you're going to need to start your flocking. Today I'm just going to be using this plywood box that I put together from scrap plywood. But for our purposes today, we'll pretend this is our beautiful East Indian rosewood jewelry box that we want to flock on the inside. So I've taped all the edges, and I like to just go ahead and tape the whole box because inevitably I get this adhesive all over my fingers, and then I touch the box, and you don't want to get this adhesive on the outside of your beautiful box. The inside of the box, they suggest that you seal it with a lacquer or a shellac or a sanding sealer or paint primer. Just seal the inside of the box somehow to prevent the pores from soaking up too much of the adhesive. I've just sprayed this with shellac and let it dry. I've got my adhesive and a sponge brush. I've got my can that I'm going to use, and it's about half full with the flocking material. Then, of course, you need a respirator or a mask, and I've got my eye protection and some gloves. I'm working outside today. I like to work outside if I can because this stuff just gets everywhere and it gets on everything. If you need to work inside, make sure you have really good ventilation and make sure you wear your mask. And I'm going to spray into this plastic tub because anything that you overspray, you're going to spray a lot of excess fibers, but you can save those and reuse those. Those are not going to just go to waste. So this is what I have to set up for my flocking. I'm just going to take a moment to explain what I'm doing here. I'm just starting to apply the adhesive. And because you don't really need to watch several minutes of me applying the adhesive, I'll skip to the end of that to get to the good part, the spraying of the flocking, which will start any second now. You can see how nice the flocking material is coming out of the flocking can. And I will admit this is the really fun part of the whole process. Just make sure you get into all those little nooks and crannies. Don't be afraid to spray all you want, because like I said, anything that you overspray, anything in excess, you'll recapture that and reuse it. It's not going to go to waste. Hi, I'm back. I have moved inside my garage. The weather wasn't really cooperating. Now, I have camping stuff all over the place. I'm getting ready to go camping, as well as some various other projects I'm working on, so please excuse the mess behind me. Let's talk a little bit about what we just did. Now, as far as the adhesive itself, the adhesive is really thick. It's thicker than like your normal paint. So when you're applying it, you want to make sure you get a really nice, smooth, even coat. You don't want any drips or globs because that will show up when you apply your flocking material. It has a really short working time. They say it has about a 10 to 15 minute working time. I've actually found for me it's shorter than that. Maybe it's just the conditions that I work under, but it does have a really short working time. You want to get it on as quickly as you possibly can. Now, as far as the can goes, I wanted to mention you want to use a really low PSI. I have my air compressor set at 20 PSI, and that's really all you need. If you get too much air coming out of here, you're going to dry out your adhesive before you get the flocking material to stick to it. And that kind of defeats your whole purpose. So I want to show you the flocking. The flocking is this really nice, smooth, velvety material on the inside of your box. And it's really attractive. If you're making jewelry boxes or keepsake boxes, it's really going to set it off and give you a nice appearance on the inside of your box. So the flocking itself, it tells you to wait 10 to 15 hours before you do anything to it. It also tells you to wait 24 to 48 hours before you come along and blow it out with an air compressor. It can be a week to 10 days or maybe even 2 weeks before it fully cures. So the idea, I guess, is just to leave it set as long as you possibly can. You can come along, gently tap it out, and you'll get some of that excess flocking material out. Blow it out with an air compressor on low pressure. You can get some of that flocking to come out, and you'll have a really nice looking box on the inside of your boxes. I wanted to talk about the can also as far as those of you doing large surface areas like a car dashboard or a boat or something. I'd be really curious to see if somebody out there would try this with a gallon can. I've never tried it myself, but I think this would work really great with a gallon can, and I'd love to see if somebody out there was going to try that. So, I hope you enjoy your flocking experiments. I hope your boxes turn out great this way. Let me know how it works for you. Click that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell icon, comment below. I hope you enjoy flocking. Thank you for watching.